What would you say are the three most important factors for school leaders to consider in creating more sustainably mentally healthy schools?
Do you know what? I think I would start off with modeling balance, because we know, anyone who's been in senior leadership, um, to some extent, and many of leaders who will encourage their staff or their teams, you need to do this, you need to go home now, just leave it at that. But they themselves don't, or they expect a higher standard of themselves, or they expect, I, as a leader, I can't be seen to be walking out of school at 5 o'clock when some of my team are still there at 6 o'clock. And therefore, that idea that I've got to be seen to be the last to leave, or I've got to be seen to be, sending emails at all hours or whatever. I think, first of all, fundamentally, leaders need to model balance. We need to self-reflect on what we are demonstrating by the way we approach life and work, by whether we are living ourselves up to some kind of imaginary bar, and then that will replicate, even if we don't mean to, even if our mouths are saying you don't have to be that. Our example will be saying something else. So I think taking seriously the need to model change and model balance is number one. Secondly, I would say invest in your middle leaders. Your leaders are critical to transforming the culture of your school. Gallup did a survey of over 1 million companies, and they found that 75% of people leave their job because of their direct line manager. Now, that's true the world over. The multiplied ripple effect of having leaders who understand people, who are emotionally literate, emotionally intelligent, who are self-aware themselves, but able to show that care, that TLC as needs be, to have their finger on the pulse of the needs of their team, that will have multiplied impact in terms of transforming culture. And the third thing I would say is we've got to start trusting our teachers, because I would say we've inherited a culture which is fundamentally distrustful, and our view of management is that management exists in order to monitor and check up on and quality control the work that our teams are doing, instead of seeing leadership management as in a coaching role that is supportive and fundamentally believes in the people that we've got. I don't believe that anybody goes to work to do a rubbish job. I don't think there's a single teacher out there who is trying to do the worst they can possibly get away with. They've not gone, if you would not go into this profession if that was what you were trying to do. There are easier ways to make money. We've got to start trusting and giving freedom for people to be themselves, to innovate, because actually that's where the future lies. If we can trust our people, our teams, to innovate, to be themselves, they will come up with all manner of brilliant educational ideas that change the game entirely. But we've got to trust them.